If you would, be so kind. Like, subscribe, and follow. This is Truly News for interesting and fun stuff the world over. And it'll make you feel better about yourself because most of the stuff you find here, even you wouldn't be that stupid.
Right? Except for you over there.
Well, you might, but...
Yeah, and him.
By the way.
Yeah.
I had someone on TV, I shall not say who, actually utter the words that it is cold out there, folks. 13 below outside.
That drives you ape, doesn't
Hang
it?
on.
Oh.
Our low was 15 below at 3 a.m. this morning. So there, he hit all the major...
Stupid things to say.
You're not talking to
In a
folks, you're talking
weathercast.
to one person.
Right? That's what we were taught in broadcasting school.
No shit, it's 13 below outside. If it's 13 below inside, your furnace is off and you should probably call someone.
Right away.
And if you tell me it's AM or PM, cool. Just don't tell me that it's morning or evening.
And what if you get it
God's
screwed
sakes,
up?
Don't mess it up.
Yeah.
It was 7 o'clock PM this morning. No.
One bright morning in the middle of the night.
God, that still just aggravates the living snot out of me. Now, where was I? Like, subscribe, and follow. This is Truly News. We don't do stuff like that because we are stupid, but just not quite that stupid.
In a different sort of
And you
way.
never refer to people as your audience as folks.
Yeah.
Think of it as you're talking to one person.
Yeah, like you.
So I believe I'm talking to Engelbert Humperdinck. Don't judge me.
After the love.
I was going to go with Tom Jones, but I think he's probably too far above me. So.
What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Really, that's the one you go with?
That's the first one that came to mind.
Oh. What's the one about she's got style, she's got grace?
She's got, what, pig bladder on her face.
And she sprayed mace on my face.
She's a lady.
That's it. That's the Tom Jones song.
What
I
lady
remember.
puts pig parts on their face? That's just ridiculous.
None. You just made that up, you goof.
How do you
Like,
know?
subscribe, and follow. This is Truly News, and I'll try and shut him up occasionally, but don't bet on it.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
Could have said Percy Faith, and everyone went, who?
So from the petty retaliation files
What are you going to do?
comes an account, not me. This is not me. I'm just the reporter.
Because you are a petty retaliator from way back.
Oh, yes, I truly, truly am. My uncle represented this guy getting a divorce from his wife of 15 years. It was a super toxic breakup, and they split everything 50-50. Even the land the house they lived in sat upon. Sir, you with the hand up.
If it's not a bad breakup, we're still friends kind of thing, then why'd you break up in the first place? This is the kind of breakup you should have right there. Hang on.
What the heck was that?
Do you know anyone at 229-448-8736?
No.
Oh, neither.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that was rude. 229, whatever the hell the rest of that number was. Stop it.
That'll do it.
No, it won't. Hang on, I can fix that, though.
So they split everything 50-50. Even the land, the house they lived in sat upon.
What'd they do with the dog?
You'll find out in just a moment.
Oh, no, I was kidding. I was hoping.
She decides to build a house right behind the other house.
Of course she does.
Mind you, it was a lot of land, about 200 yards. So there was, a couple of football fields separating the home sites.
Yeah.
But the back of the houses faced each other. Back to back, they faced each other.
Yeah.
Apparently, the ex would spend a lot of time in her backyard. So he saw her all the time.
Great.
His solution?
Yeah.
He bought a female dog and gave it his ex's name. Anytime he'd let his dog back in from letting her out, he would yell, "Susan, you bitch, get in here." He would also yell if she was peeing on the flowers. "Susan, quit peeing on the flowers." Or, "Susan, quit digging in the dirt."
Is he still alive, by the way?
ex-wife called the cops on him a couple of times. There's nothing they could do because the dog was registered under the name of Susan, and it was in fact a female dog. So
It was, in fact, a bitch.
uh-huh.
And he's still alive.
Imagine that.
Can you picture that? Let me do something that tacky and petty to my wife after a divorce.
She'd kill you to death.
Exactly. And back again.
Yeah, right. She'd revive you just to kill you again.
I believe it would be, haven't you killed me enough for one day, please? Police officers in London were summoned to Laz Emporium. Is it Laz?
How's it spelled?
L-A-Z. So it's not
Laz,
L-A.
Laz.
The Laz Emporium. It's an art gallery.
Hmm.
They got a call about a person in distress, Sky News reported. And sure enough, in the gallery window, the figure of a woman could be seen slumped over with her face in a bowl of soup. I think we've seen that in several bad movies.
Yes, I think we have.
Officers broke into the gallery only to find that the poor woman was, in fact, a poor mannequin.
Please, womanican.
And I'm sorry. There you go.
There, good. Yes. I got to do it twice.
And the
Multiple
scene
times.
was apparently a work of art.
I
don't
can see
quite
it's doing its job.
Apparently, since we were kids,
Yeah.
and probably even before that, art has evolved into what used to be a creative, into stupid.
Reveal truth or beauty or both.
Yeah.
You know,
Now it just, hey, how
Well,
gross can we get?
sort of Dada-esque. You know, it's
Yeah.
just, yeah.
I blame it on the existentialists,
The French ones especially.
especially Sartre would be.
Yes.
Oh, Jean-Paul. Anyway, the scene was art, apparently. The American artist, of course. Mark Jenkins created the piece called Christina on a commission from the gallery's owner, Steve Lazaridis. Turns out these officers weren't the first to be fooled, because we had this story. About a month earlier, paramedics were called to the assistance of this woman. At some point,
Yeah.
you might want to take that piece of dreck away from where the public can just glance at it.
And yeah,
Just
and
saying.
not know the difference.
Because I'm pretty sure that EMTs and police officers, when they go on calls, one of two things happens. They get there and provide a valuable service,
Yep.
or they get there and can't provide a valuable service elsewhere.
Right. You are so truthful, some.
I'm a work of art. Hidden beauty, shut up.
The truth about reality TV.
Oh, I don't want to know.
This guy's hanging out with his friends in a diner in Los Angeles.
I want to
one
know,
night.
though, how can I be on like one of the Bachelor type programs?
Well, hang out. You're going to learn a little bit about
Not that my wife would let me, but I was just saying.
how reality TV works. So this clown's hanging out with friends at a diner in Los Angeles, early 90s. He gets approached by a producer for MTV's Real World. You remember Real World, right?
Vaguely.
All those people living in the same place, and they were always...
Got to remember, I was not big into the MTV because that was about my country western period.
Yeah, that's true. I understand. But, you know, we heard about the Real World,
Yes.
where people were always either hooking up or throwing things at each other.
Which is, of course, what happens in reality.
Yep. She said they were casting for the second season and invited me to audition. Sounded like it might be fun. I said, sure, why not?
Uh-oh.
And proceeded to make it far into the process through like 4 rounds of interviews and meetings with executives. First of all, the questions were about my interests, my aspirations, my background, that sort of thing. But as it went along, all they really wanted to know about was what sort of people I hated, who I could see myself in conflict with, what personality traits were most likely to make me angry.
And where can we find them?
And that's when I came to the chilling realization.
Yep.
Didn't sound like a fun time anymore. It sounded like a psychology experiment, and not in a fun way.
Wait a minute. There's a fun psychology experiment?
So I said, thanks, but no thanks, and left. See, this is what happens when they approach healthy human beings with insane ideas.
Yep.
Reality TV is anything but.
The scariest
Closest-
part, though.
Closest real life gets to it is elected officials.
Oh, I don't know who'd be more offended.
don't care.
No, neither do I. Because healthy people would do that. Broken people. Boy, what does that tell us?
Right?
A photographer in Western Cape, South Africa. Western Cape, South Africa sounds like a superhero with cowboy boots. Set off alarm bells after he posted some shots on Facebook that eerily resembled scenes from War of the Worlds. Lad Bible reported.
LAD Bible. I don't know what it is. I've never looked into it, but I've seen it every now and again.
Well,
you want me to look it up?
Before I come to work tomorrow. You do that. I'll keep talking about Jan Vorster. Jan Vorster shots from December 2 showed creep. Jan Vorster shots from December 2nd showed creepy creatures emerging from the surf, which provoked 22,000 comments, which is not a lot. But the 62-year-old said the spidery creatures were just dead aloe vera plants. Well, that takes a lot of the fun out of it.
Yeah, right?
I thought they'd be like critters, and then the Submariner would have to come and fight them. Then Aquaman would show up, and then the Submariner and Aquaman would fight because they're two competing Marvel and DC type universes. It would be great. Nah, it's just dead aloe vera plants. He did, however, take time to put in a jab saying, I could use this as a metaphor for how people see these plants as aliens, but really, we're the two-legged aliens messing up our world.
Oh, for Pete's sakes, what a pack of maroons.
So I'm guessing LAD Bible is something stupid.
LAD Bible is the home of entertainment, viral video, trending content, and the latest news. We are the biggest community in the world for social generation. Well, you got people on there that are morons. So I wonder what you're going to do about that.
Well, probably encourage them.
Yeah, it is good material. I mean,
really,
where else are we going to get our stuff?
That's in business.
So maybe we should be checking out LAD Bible.
No, I'm going to bookmark that.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.